Good morning. Happy Thursday to everybody. Hope you all had a great Christmas. I had a pretty good one considering I had to work, but I still made it a good Christmas this year. So Merry Christmas. So today's my Saturday. I got 36 weeks. Um, no boost. No alcohol, and a year and 36 weeks, no drugs. That's 8 months and 1 week. Yay for me. So it's going by really quick. It still seems like just yesterday I was drinking. The drugs seems more distant, but it is more distant almost by it's more distant by a year than alcohol. But the alcohol just seems like yesterday because uh, it just does. You know, I don't know. It's weird, but I still see alcohol around. I still see beers. I see my friends drinking beer. I see beer at the stores. I see beer everywhere, and there's a lot of new beers out. I noticed a lot of the same old beers are out, and when I see them, I think, okay, I bet they're good, but I bet it's the same old thing still. Really, you know, just with the slight tweak to it or something, or in some cases, same beer, just different can, different label. But let me throw a little tiny bit more sugar in here. Didn't nail it today, dang it. So yeah, it's the same old thing, man. Like the same beers I've been having. Well, I've had for a long time, and the new beers I haven't had, probably won't have. You know, because I realize now that they're all pretty much the same. Just some are a little bit better tasting than others, and some are a little stronger than others, and just slightly different. But generally speaking, a lot of them, when they're on certain levels, are kind of the same, just tweaked a little bit with a little note here, a little note there, difference, right? But I don't feel like I'm missing a lot, really, like I did when I was like in the throes of drinking. Like if I was taking a short break, I'd feel like, oh shit, I'm missing this beer, I'm missing that beer. But after doing it for a long time, drinking beer for a long time, and realizing that it's kind of the same thing over and over and over, regardless of what brand it is. you know it's the same stuff. Like a New England style beer is going to be a New England style beer. There's just qualities and tweaks, you know and potencies, but it's kind of all the same thing. So it's just it's kind of insanity, really. Keep Even though it's wrong, keep doing the same thing over and over and over. That's what it seems like to me now. Drinking beer and drinking alcohol, it's kind of insanity, really. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over and expecting different results, right? That's kind of like it is with beer. You keep drinking the same beers over and over and over and expecting different results, but generally it's the same thing over and over with just minor tweaks. And the little tweaks are your results, really. That's what it is to me. What it boils down to is I was being an alcoholic because I was addicted to the alcohol part, and I was addicted to the flavor and addicted to that insanity part of the little tweaks of it, right? But I can't knock it. I can't knock it there's some delicious beers out there. I mean, they are tasty and very addictive. Really, they are. When I was younger growing up, we didn't we didn't have beers like that. Okay. We drank beer because it was an addiction, really. And that's what happened with me. I became an alcoholic as a teenager. I mean, I've been trying alcohol since I was preteen. Okay, I remember the first time I ever got drunk. My dad's had a biker party. I think it was like his Hell's Angel friends. Bad. And they would give me cups of beer from the keg, and we'd run around. I think it was my brother. We'd run around all drunk, right, at these big old parties. Talking like little kid, right? Probably 4, 5, 6 years old. But I remember getting drunk back when I was a little kid. So it became an addiction later in my teens. Um, I've tried it here and there when I was a little kid, and then I got to my teens. I knew that drinking that stuff would make me have a lot of fun, right? Well, I started drinking when I was in my late teens. We started bootlegging beer. We called it having someone bootleg some beer for you. That's finding an adult that was willing to buy the beer for you. So we started bootlegging beer when I was in Job Corps. My 16 years old, we had people bootleg beer for us, and so that we would enjoy getting drunk. And then when I became 21, it was on like Donkey Kong, really drinking. I probably was a full blown alcoholic by the time I was in my mid 20s. Okay, I really started drinking. Not a full blown like alky to where you're like passed out all the time. I'm just saying alcohols became, in my 20s, it became a part of everything that had to do with fun, right? Going out, clubs, bars, whatever, drinking. It just became a, a thing, and it stayed a thing until 8 months ago with a couple of breaks here and there. I think the longest break I took was about a year and a half. And that was, I don't know, man, like 6 or 7 years ago, something like that. Maybe 5, 6 years ago. It's been a long time. So, no, longer than that, 6, yeah, 7. I could probably look real quick. I got my page right here. Let me try to get this figured out here. Just 1 second. I could just go to my older videos and find out real quick. But I'm not trying to preach here. I'm just saying I'm proud of myself for being able to kick it, kick the booze. Mostly beer, because I was mostly a beer drinker. Oh, I remember I did my first beer review 6 years ago. So it was probably my break was probably 7 or 8 years ago. It's more like it. Wow, that was a long time ago. Because I was homeless 7 years ago, and it was right before that. So it was actually about 8 years ago. 8 years ago. Yep, it was about 8 years ago. I had a year and a half, and that's when I was forcing myself to, not drink. And I could only do it for a year and a half. And I finally broke down one day and just, okay, I've had enough of sobriety. I'm going to go back to drinking. And I remember because I played this song while I was sober. I'm kind of Smurfy tonight. La 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 la. Have a Smurfy night. Have a Smurfy night. That's the Smurf song. So, anyways, that's when I was sober last time, 8 years ago. So I finally got a hold of it, got a handle on everything, drugs and alcohol. And I'm going to keep going with it because I feel good. I've had some problems lately with allergies, but that's nothing to do with nothing. So, I'm just going to keep going with it because it's just I don't want to be addicted to anything except coffee and fitness, and that's the way I want it. And I've had enough beer in my life to realize that it's insane, really, to keep doing it over and over and over and over and hurt myself in the process, and to keep myself from doing things that I want to do and enjoying my life. I basically realized there's more to life than drinking every day. Making alcohol a priority and a hobby. There's just more to life than that. And I'm not preaching to anybody that's still drinking. Some people may enjoy it more than I did, and have no problem making it a priority or making it, a hobby, which is fine. I can't preach because I did it myself, and I just chose not to do that anymore, mostly for health reasons and financial reasons. Okay. And just having the freedom from it, basically. It's nice to have freedom from an addiction of anything, really. Food, alcohol, drugs, coffees. I wouldn't mind being unaddicted to, but that one there is just like, okay, it's not causing me really a lot of harm, and it's not like uh directing my life, where my whole life revolves around coffee. It's not like that kind of addiction. Or alcohol is different, or drugs is different, because your whole life evolves around that, because it inebriates you. And then it comes a serious addiction. So I'm proud of myself. I got 8 months and 8.25 months alcohol free. Gonna keep going. It's my Saturday today. I want to try to get some chores done. I know I can say that a lot, but I really need to start doing it. So I'm going to take a walk or a run or something today when it warms up and start doing my thing, So I do appreciate everybody that stops by. My view counts are still going down, but it's all good. I didn't make this channel to do anything but just vlog and just, random stuff in the first place. It happened to become a beer review channel for a few years. And now it's back to just vlog and whatever channel. So it is what it is. Y'all have a fantastic day. Stay tuned for some lives and some whatevs videos. So we'll catch you later.